Madam, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to speak on the very significant bill introduced by the biggest reform in the area of indirect taxes in the history of the independent India. At the outset, I congratulate our beloved Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, for his strong commitment to take up this major reform initiative of the implementation of the GST with utmost priority, as it was pending for over a decade. Among the various other reforms, the GST is also one of the big reform measures introduced by our NDA government. Honorable Finance Minister Arun Jaitley ji introduced 4 bills related to levy of central goods and service tax. Honorable Finance Minister has introduced the 4 supporting bills: Central GST, Integrated GST, Union Territory GST, Compensation Bill. I am glad to mention that with the passage of GST, regime in India will most likely to be implemented from July 2017, Madam. The goods and service tax in the country would certainly help the government in relation of the objective of the tax, one nation, one tax, one market, and the improve ease of doing business climate in the country. And also, it helps the common man indirectly. It is beneficial for the common man, as it is the reducing the tax burden, especially on the daily consumer items. In this way, our NDA government is strengthening the hands of the common man, making all efforts to improve standard of living all the people of the country. I would like to call it as a revolutionary step of the NDA government under the leadership of our great visionary leader Shri Narendra Modi ji for taking bold decision to bring this singular tax reform in the country after independence. Madam, by implementing a large number of central and state taxes into single tax, it would mitigate cascading or double taxation in the major way and lead for common nation market in the country. Hence, I am proud to state that this is a landmark reform in the economy of India since independence. The GST is expected to boost GDP growth by about 2%. As of now, there are various kinds of interstate barriers causing great inconvenience to have a smooth business transactions, causing great inconvenience to have smooth business transactions, causing between one state to other states. The good thing in the GST not only remove interstate barrier, but also helps our country to become single market. It would certainly boosting the efficiency and slashing the cost. Introducing the GST would also make India product competitive. That is make in India, madam. Today, India should produce its own products. In the domestic international market, studies show that this would have a boosting impact on the economic growth. It is expected that the implementation of the goods and service tax law will lead to an increase in gross domestic product GDP of the country by 1 to 2%. This in turn will lead to creation more employment and increase productivity in the country. The GST regime will be bringing in more transparency, efficiency with the minimizing human interference in the tax administration in the country. The GST regime is also likely to lead to reduction in tax evasion as a result of computerization taxation process. This tax, because is transparent, self-policing character, would be easier to administer.
Suresh ji, please complete.
This will in turn lead to increase in revenue collections for center and state. The GST bill,
You have more members.
the CGST bill makes provisions for levy and collection of the tax and interstate supply of goods or service for both the state and the center.
Many members from your
Central
party.
government. On the other hand, IGST bill makes provisions for the levy and collection of tax, interstate supply, goods and service, both by the center and the government, central government.
Ah.
The UGST bill makes provisions
Please
for the levy
complete.
on the collection of the tax in
No.
union territory, supply of goods and service in the union territories without legislation. Union territory GST is taken to a state goods service tax SGST
Sri Sirajuddin
which shall be
Ajmal.
levied and collected by the states, union territories, interstate state supply of goods and service both, madam.